Attention passionate Dallas, Cowboys. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Dallas, Cowboys. Let's get to the news now, folks. What if I told you that the Cowboys might be on the verge of pulling off a blockbuster move that could reshape their defense and give them a serious edge in the second half of the season? We're talking about the possibility of acquiring Roquan Smith, the star linebacker from the Baltimore Ravens. This isn't just speculation. It's a rumor backed by some solid sources, and it could very well be a game-changer. Roquan Smith, who's been making waves with the Ravens this season, is reportedly on the move, with Baltimore potentially trading him away in a deal that could see Dallas land him for a second-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Now, I know what you're thinking, another linebacker, but this guy is different. Roquan Smith is a versatile, all-pro talent who can do it all. He's a guy who can cover tight ends, blitz the quarterback, and rack up tackles like a machine. And in Dallas's current scheme, with some injuries at the linebacker position, like Overshown being out with a knee injury and Sanborn also sidelined, the addition of a player like Smith could be exactly what the doctor ordered. The Ravens, sitting at 7-3 with a solid defense that allows just under 20 points per game, are reportedly looking to free up some cap space by moving Smith, who is earning around $13 million this year. Baltimore's defense has been stingy, but they see Smith as expendable with their other pass rushers and linebackers stepping up. The fact that the Ravens are prioritizing freeing up cap space to invest in their edge rushers, particularly with the team looking to release or trade some of their higher-paid players, makes this trade scenario all the more plausible. For Dallas, this isn't just about grabbing a star linebacker, it's about addressing a critical need. The boys have been relying heavily on players like Sanborn and Overshown, but with their injuries, depth has become a concern. Adding Roquan Smith would bring a veteran presence, a high football IQ, and a proven track record of elite coverage and tackling. He's a guy who could instantly elevate the entire linebacker group, which in turn would allow Dallas to be more flexible defensively. They could utilize more complex schemes, blitz packages, and coverages that keep opposing offenses on their toes. Plus, Smith's ability to drop back into coverage, his coverage rating hovers around 90%, according to PFF, would be a huge boost, especially against teams with dynamic tight ends and mobile quarterbacks. From a statistical standpoint, Smith is having a standout season. He's already accumulated 52 solo tackles, 28 assists, and an impressive 80 combined stops. He's also contributed 5 sacks, 2 interceptions, and 5 pass deflections. His coverage grade, as mentioned earlier, is among the top 3 linebackers in the league with an 89.6 PFF score. That's elite. When you look at his career, he's totaled over 512 solo tackles and 198 assists, with 5 sacks and 10 interceptions. This guy is a game changer, and he's been remarkably durable, playing all 10 games this season without any significant injuries. Now, for the Cowboys, the impact of adding someone like Smith would be felt across the board. His presence would give them a leadership boost, a guy who can rally the defense and make crucial plays in high-pressure moments. His tackling average could jump to around 15 per game, and his coverage EPA, expected points added, would improve significantly. Plus, his knack for creating turnovers with 9 forced turnovers this season would help Dallas capitalize on opponent mistakes and generate more short fields for the offense. And let's talk about the broader implications. Dallas's defense has been solid but not spectacular. They've shown flashes of brilliance, especially in key moments, but consistency has been an issue. Adding Smith would likely push their overall defense rating even higher, potentially elevating their win probability by double digits. His ability to contribute to run stops, with a win rate increase of around 13%, and to help reduce explosive plays, especially on third downs, could be the difference between a deep playoff run and an early exit. And when we look at the offensive side of things, it's worth noting that with a more formidable defense, the Cowboys could control the game better, extend their drives, and keep the defense fresh. This would complement the offensive strengths of Dak Prescott and the team's balanced attack. Prescott's play-action passes could become even more effective if the defense is constantly under pressure, or if the opposing offense is forced to take risks trying to catch up. Now, some odds makers are starting to take notice. The betting lines for Dallas to win the Super Bowl have shifted from plus 8,000 to around plus 3,800, reflecting a growing belief that this kind of move could push the Cowboys into serious contention. Roquan Smith, in this context, becomes an X-factor, someone who could tip the scales in their favor. His impact on run and pass defense, combined with his leadership qualities, makes him a perfect fit for the Cowboys' overall team philosophy. But it's not just about what the fans want. The Cowboys, management, and coaching staff are definitely aware of the potential here. Owner and GM Jerry Jones has always been aggressive at the trade deadline when he believes his team is close to a championship window. Acquiring a player like Smith would send a clear message that Dallas is all in for a Super Bowl run, especially with a roster that's built to contend now. The defense's potential to reach elite levels with Smith in the fold could be the missing piece that takes them over the top. Of course, not everyone in the NFL thinks this is a done deal. The Ravens are cautious about letting such a talented player go, especially in a division where they're competing for the top spot. But the fact that Baltimore is prioritizing freeing up cap space, around $16 million, by trading Smith shows they're willing to make tough decisions for the future. The Cowboys, with roughly $47 million in cap space, have the flexibility to absorb such a deal without major cap complications, especially if they structure the trade to include some future considerations. So what does this mean for the Cowboys' long-term outlook? Well, if this trade happens, it could be the catalyst for a defense that already ranks among the top in the league, but now becomes a true nightmare for offenses. With Smith's ability to elevate the linebacking core, Dallas's entire defense could see a major uptick in performance, which would give them a real shot at making a deep playoff run and competing for another Super Bowl title. It's about adding that finishing touch, that extra gear that turns good teams into great ones. All in all, the potential acquisition of Roquan Smith by Dallas is one of those stories that could define the second half of the season. It's a move that speaks to the Cowboys' ambition, their desire to be the best, and their willingness to go all in for that championship. Fans should keep a close eye on this developing story because if it materializes, it will be a game changer. The NFC East is already one of the most competitive divisions in football, but a move like this could shift the balance of power significantly. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you believe Roquan Smith would be the perfect addition for this team? How do you see him fitting into the scheme and culture of the Cowboys? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal.